Hello fellow modelers and styling fanatics, welcome back to my channel. I hope that everyone is doing fine and enjoys the hobby. Concrete Bunker is back again today with another one of its notorious episodes. Long time no see guys, and unfortunately I have lost my mojo in between all this time. I didn't have any any inspiration or any will to do some bench time. I was just spending my days doing random stuff, but I have managed to do some work here and there in between all this time, and I kinda wrapped a quick episode up just for you to guys for you guys to see that I am alive and that I am still working on this project. A quick reminder, because it's been a long time, we are still working in our Chinese military jeep, none other than the Beijing BJ212 from Trumpeter in 1 to 35th scale and kit number 02302. On today's episode, what have we done? Me and Past George have managed to base coat, detail paint, clear coat, and apply some panel liner onto the vehicle. I am still contemplating if I wanna weather this vehicle. I am toying with the idea to keep it in pristine condition, but I am not sure. Anyway, I want you guys to play a part on my decision as well, and I want you guys to tell me your opinion on the comment section below. And when I say your opinion, either to keep it pristine or weather it. And when I talk about weathering, I am talking about mud and dust effects. I don't want to do chipping or rust effects or anything in a vehicle, in this vehicle, because it is a modern vehicle after all. It hasn't seen so much field time, and I believe that only mud and dust effects will work on it, if not any effects at all. Anyway, I don't want to bore you guys any longer. You all know the drill. Grab yourselves a seat, make yourselves comfortable, crack the mandatory cold one or a hot brew, and let's see what me and Past George have prepared for you in this episode. Long time no see guys. Anyway, welcome back to what it looks to be part 4 of our military jeep, of our Chinese military jeep, none other than the Beijing BJ212, and I am going to start almost where I left it from, and I say almost because I did some work off camera. So for the guys that haven't watched my previous episode, or the rest of you guys that have watched my previous episodes but you don't remember because it's been a long time, we have almost completed the whole assembly up until step 13 of the instructions, and now we will move on to step 14. So on to step 14, we have to attach the doors, the side view mirror, and the no-tech light. Now, about the doors, we have two variants: two doors labeled with the letter A and two doors labeled with the letter B. They are right ones, right side doors, and left side doors, if you know what I mean. I mean, if you look the vehicle from the front, from this angle, B are the right side doors and A are the left side. The only difference between them, except the orientation of course, is on the part number D90 for A and D18 for B, nothing more. Now, as you can see, we have to attach a handle and this little thing, I cannot remember how it is called right now. Probably I will remember while I am editing the video anyway. So we have to attach these two on all doors, the same thing, they are the same parts. I have done that 3 times off camera. That's the only work that I have done, so I won't bore you guys. Now I'm gonna leave those 3 aside and I am going to assemble one in front of the camera for you guys to see how the thing is done. One other thing that you have to be extra careful is that on the inside of the door, on the inside part of the door, there are 4 injection mold marks. One over here, one here, one here, and one somewhere here. I have, of course, taken I have, of course, done all the necessary stuff to remove them by sanding. I didn't wanna use filler because the detail is I would obscure some detail while I was sanding, and I opted to do it only with sanding, with the removal of material. Hopefully what I said made sense. I think that it didn't, but anyway. So let's start from that. Let's start with the door assembly. So we have a handle over here and this thing, the other handle, not door hinge. Anyway, I won't remember how it is called. My mind denies. Let's start from the grab handle. It should go not somewhere, over here, like so. And the other thingy will go over here. Come on. Like so. Now focus for me, darling. This is what you are supposed to be looking at. Now I could probably, glue the doors on the vehicle, like so. One over here, another one over here. Oh, come on. Oh yeah, fight me back right now. So I could glue these two and the other two on the other side, but I won't do that because I wanna have enough free space to detail paint the interior. And at this point I have left so many parts of this vehicle that I don't care if the pile grows bigger. So we will keep the doors aside until it is time to paint them, to prime them and detail paint them, and until I believe that they will be ready to be placed onto the vehicle. Now what we are left is the no-tech light, which will go over here. And which I suppose that I am going to knock more than 100 times until the end of the build. And of course the side view mirror, which I will knock off double the times until the end of the build. Oh, no. Oh, come on. see something. Yeah, I think that's right. And with that done, we have completed we have completed the majority of step number 14 of the instructions. Now, let me grab the instructions and talk about the next steps, because we are gonna do something else. So, instructions, highlighter, done, done. So, we will have to do that in the future. We also have to be careful over here in the future whenever the painting stage comes. And then we have step number 15, which is attachment of the canvas top, of course, and we are gonna leave this out because we will need to attach all the interior first, and we have also the attachment of the clear part on the canvas top. This will also need to be placed at the very last steps of the build. We also have the window wipers over here, but in order to install them I need to install the windshield, so we completely skip step 15. Now step 16 is the upper parts of the doors. The upper parts of the doors that I have assembled are not metallic, they are canvas as well, you know, they are fabric, the material, and as expected I will skip this step as well because of the way I am building the thing. And at step number 17 we have the attachment of the body to the chassis, which of course for reasons I don't need to explain we are gonna skip as well. Now what I am going to do off camera, I am going to remove every part that I'm going to need from the sprues, like the canvas top, the upper parts of the doors, etc. I am going to glue them on cocktail sticks, attach them on cocktail sticks, and then I am going to add all those to my porcupine over here. And what will happen next? I am going to give all those parts a thorough wash, a thorough bath in warm water with this liquid, detergent, mainly because I have spotted that this kit, the plastic parts of this kit have a mold release residue, which means that there is an oily substance covering every plastic piece, and this will create some problems with my painting stage. So I will wash off this agent, the mold release agent, and then I am going to start with the priming stage. So guys, as you can see, we are on a totally different place. This is my temporary paint station. I mean temporary mainly because I need to do a few minor tweaks and adjustments here and there, but I am making them as I go. I first need to realize what I need in order to have a proper paint station. So apart that, which is none of your concern, you may you may say anyway, I have everything primed. As you can see, everything is onto the porcupine. I used my preferred Vallejo primer, gray, mainly because I don't have any other color, and mainly because gray is the color for primer for me. That's what I am used to after all those years that I have spent in a car repair shop. Gray is the primer, to be honest. Anyway, and now I will proceed with the base coating. What I wanna say, many of the parts need detail painting. That I won't be able to do with an airbrush. What I am going to do right now with the airbrush, you may ask, I am going to base coat major components. And when I talk about major components, what I mean with major components, I mean the car body, the doors, the chassis, canvas cover, etc., etc. So, car body, these two fuel tanks probably, doors, the back of the seats, are going to be painted with 71 316 dark olive drab. The chassis, the exhaust, the steering wheel, probably the steering wheel, I may not paint it with the airbrush. Anyway, we're gonna see. Anyway, as I've said, chassis and the exhaust system are gonna get a coat of dark gray, mainly because I don't want to paint black, because black is too dark for me. I just wanna experiment a bit. So 71 123 dark gray, Vallejo Panzer once again, and finally the canvas cover is gonna get a coat of 314 Panzer Aces canvas. These are the three base coats that I am going to apply. I would paint canvas the seats as well, but I wanna give them some texture, and I did a mistake by priming them at this stage. I will reprime them in the future. We're gonna talk about them in a separate video. I think that's my intention for the time being. So that's my plan. I am gonna prepare my airbrush. It is a nice day, sunny, low humidity, and I am stating that mainly because I am painting outside, so I should face no problems. Update time, guys. I have no idea how long it has been since I recorded the last clip of this particular video. Don't know why I'm suddenly not in the mood to sit and work on the bench, but anyway, I have done some work in the past few days. What I have done is to paint and detail paint everything, almost every aspect of the Jeep, and apply a clear coat. I have every part onto my right hand as we speak, and I am ready to show you what I have done. Keep in mind, this is only detail painted and clear coated with gloss varnish. There is nothing else done to them. So let's start from the small parts first. Here we have it. This is the steering wheel of the vehicle. It is done with Panzer Dark Grey 71 123, and the center is US Olive 171 043. So let's move forward. Let's grab a door. I have 4 identical. Okay, of course, olive drab on the outside, and then on the inside we have black for the panel. Here we have some gunmetal for the latch mechanism. I don't know, this is probably not so appropriate, but anyway. And then we have olive drab for the grab handle and the the level that operates the door, you know, that opens and closes the door. I know that you can see some scratches I have from my sanding, because it was quite I sanded this part quite aggressively to remove any injection mold marks, and I didn't care to fill it, mainly because once it will be into the vehicle, you won't be able to see anything. Trust me on that. Now let's return it to its position. Give me a moment. Oops. Here we go. So we have 4 doors. The one I've already shown you, you already seen, and another 3 waiting on the side. Here, come on, focus for me. Yes, we have the heater mechanism. The spiral hose is done with dark gray. This thing, let me grab a pointer. This part is done with black. The black I have used is 71057. Once again, Vallejo Modeler. And the body of the rest of the part, the body of the heater mechanism, that's how I'm gonna call it, is done with US olive drab. Now, what else do we have? Okay, we have those two. The tanks that they are located inside of the vehicle. Olive drab and panzer and dark gray for the caps, and nothing else, you know, on the gloss coat. Then we move on to the exhaust, which is done only with neutral gray 7992 Vallejo model color. This is not done, guys. This is far from done, to be honest with you. I have chosen the neutral gray as a base because I am going to give it some slight rust effects. I'm gonna experiment with something different, so this is just a base coat for the time being. What else? Okay, the engine, you have already seen this part. I have done nothing further to it apart of painting the oil pan, to be honest with you, with Panzer dark gray and this thing, I cannot remember the name right now, with neutral gray, and just a base coat with gloss varnish. Then we have the canvas cover, just a simple base coat of canvas Vallejo Panzer Aces 314 and the gloss, nothing more. I will need to work on it a little bit further. To be honest with you, I will need to do some highlights with canvas, again diluted canvas with another color here and there, just to accentuate some detail, but this will be done in the future. This will be done later on. And then we have driver's and passenger seat painted with black and detail painted with olive drab onto the rear, you know, and then gloss coated. These parts will remain gloss coated, and I will not coat them with matte varnish, mainly because I wanna depict this. I wanna keep the shininess of the seats. Let's say that they are black leather. I highly doubt that they are black leather, but I like the looks, so they will stay as they are. They will only get a wash, a dark wash, and nothing further. I believe that's my thoughts for the time being. Keen-eyed amongst you will see that I have lost the posts. These two seats have a post here and a post there. Unfortunately, guys, I have lost them while I was painting, and they're are nowhere to be found. So we will proceed as they are. Silly me, it was clearly a mistake from me, no one else to blame. So here we have the rear seat, once again black, and at the rear olive drab. Nothing further to note. Okay, you can clearly see my brush strokes, mainly because the surface is glossy. But I believe that this time these brush strokes will add to the effect of a slightly worn seat. To be honest with you, yeah, that's my story and I'm sticking with it. Then we have the dashboard, all detail painted, base coated with olive drab. Then the dials, the inner part of the dials, base coated with black. The outer rim, I edge highlighted it with steel, if I remember correctly, Vallejo Modeler 71065. Come on, focus, darling, for me. You wanna focus? No? Okay. It is, to be honest with you guys, it is, yeah, 71065. Then I have just painted some warning lights just to give it a little bit color. I have painted two red with 71003 Vallejo Modeler, and then bright orange 7851 model color. Those two colors, I just use them to give, some life onto the dull interior, just for the warning lights and the indicators. So that's it for the dashboard. I am really pleased with it, as you can see. Come on. Doesn't want to focus. I have too many stuff on my bench. Yep. Now you can have a better look. Okay. Then we have a lot of parts, to be honest with you guys. The radiator. The fins over here at the front are painted with dark gray, and the rest of the radiator is painted with gunmetal 71072 Vallejo Modeler. I found that color appropriate, and this will catch the dark wash nicely. Here is how it looks. This is the housing for the cooling fan of the radiator. That's why it is plain over here. And then we are left with two major components. One of them is the chassis. Chassis rails, where every chassis rails and the majority of the chassis is painted with dark gray. Then I have used neutral gray for the divs and the moving components, axles and stuff like that. And over here at the joints, the joints of the axles, I have used dark rubber Panzer Aces 306. I have used neutral gray just to add difference and visual interest, and because I wanna try a new technique. I wanna try something different. I wanna see if I can work with that color, make it weathered and dirty and grimy and stuff like that. And of course the rims are painted with olive drab, and the front bumper, due to some photo reference, is painted with black. And that's the chassis. Okay, I have added some steel here and here at the suspension, not spring, the suspension coilovers. Just once again, just for visual interest, and that's everything that I have done so far with the chassis. And last but not least, we have the body of the vehicle. Here it is. I have of course detail painted the levels. The levels, the shifting gear, the shifter knobs, and oh my god, I forgot how to English, and the operating pedals, gunmetal and dark gray, and over here at the base of the shifting levels I have used dark rubber and nothing else. Now, what is going to be my next step for this build? My next step, I believe that now it is the time for me to apply Tamiya's panel liner, just to accentuate, to give everything depth and to accentuate every detail of this vehicle. I'm not gonna go crazy, I'm not gonna do a sludge wash or anything. I am just gonna apply it here and there where detail is there and needed to be accentuated. I am back, guys, and everything went according to plan, which means that everything is coated, every detail is coated with Tamiya's black panel liner, my go-to wash since it is finished. And I have also managed to clean the excess. So let me grab the parts and show you exactly how they look, as good as I can. Let's zoom in a little bit, and here is the chassis. I mainly concentrated my efforts at the diffs, the moving gear, and over here at the wheels, and nowhere else, to be precise. So that's the chassis. I'm gonna leave it aside for a moment. Let's grab the engine. Here is how the engine is looking. I gave it a good thorough wash over every detail, and then I have cleaned it. As you can see, everything is every panel, every part, major component of the engine can be clearly visible. Okay, next up we have the parts, those two tanks, one and the other one, which is exactly the same. I have just applied some panel liner over here where the two panels meet and around the cap. Then we have oh come on, the radiator itself. If you look closely at an angle, you can see. Oh come on, focus for me, darling. How it looks. This won't be visible at all, and here we have the steering wheel. The part I gave the most attention is the car body, as you can see. it gave depth to everything. I didn't apply any wash at all over here underneath the vehicle. I don't believe that it is needed to be honest with you. Then I concentrated on the doors, mainly over here. Okay, this one needs some further cleanup. I forgot to do this one. Okay, latches and this one, the handle that opens the door on all four of them. Next up, we have the dashboard. And almost last but not least, is the seats, the driver and co-driver seat, passenger seat, mainly over here at the back. Now, I didn't do anything onto the rear seat because there won't be any changes at all. You won't be able to see any difference at all. There is no panel or detail to accentuate. And the only thing I have done some extra work is over here at the canvas top, where I have diluted canvas color with dark sand. Let me see if I have the color around. Yep, 7845 model color dark sand. I have diluted it with canvas. Well, let me see if I can find the canvas color. Yep, Panzer Aces 314. And I have done some highlighting onto the raised areas, and that's everything that I have done. Now I am contemplating if I wanna weather this vehicle, to be honest with you guys. I don't know if I wanna weather it or if I wanna keep it in pristine condition. I believe that I will keep this one in pristine condition. I was planning to add some mud and dust over here, mainly at the wheel arches, but I don't think that I am going to do this. I am still thinking about it, and I want to take some time to think about it more. So this will wrap this episode up for the time being until I decide what I wanna do. And with all that said and done, we have made it to the end of this episode, guys. On our next episode, we will probably start doing some assembly. You know, maybe we will be lucky enough and have a final. Depends on what you guys decide, and what you guys help me decide if I wanna weather this thing or not. Anyway, we're gonna see. I hope that you guys found this video helpful and interesting, and stick along for the next one. Before I go, I wanna thank each and every one of you guys that watched this video. A special thank you to all my subscribers, old and new ones. You guys are the best, and you are the reason I keep doing these videos. Now, for the newcomers out there that encounter one of my videos for the first time, welcome, guys. I hope that you like what I do. If so, you all know what to do. Leave a like, comment with your thoughts and opinions, share the video if you believe it deserves to be shared, or even consider subscribing for more builds to come your way. Until the next time, fellow modelers and friends, take care and model on. It was that Malfoy Damon, signing out.